Hello, it's me. Long time no see. I hope all is well. I'm Sarah Baxley. Welcome to Pinky the Bear, my channel. I am here with your astrology video for the month of October. I am traveling right now, so as you can see, I am not in my usual environment, and in fact, I'm trying to record catching the last little bit of sunlight because for those of you that follow me on Instagram, I have just spent my whole day off today because I work for my laptop. I spent the whole day off playing Nintendo at my friend's house that I'm at. So here I am. This is what we got. I am fashionably late for Libra season, as I joked before, but you know, you Libras know how it is. So anyway, I just wanted to say hi. I'm so sorry that I wasn't here for the month of September. I had so many of you reach out. I didn't realize how many of you love and appreciate the videos, and so I really appreciate your support. Yeah, September was just, it was like the first time I hadn't recorded a video, I think in the last like 2 years or something, and as many of you could probably have guessed, I mean, September was, I'd say there were two themes for September. It was one, overstimulating, and two, like a cloud or fog over, you know, over the month. So thankfully we've moved out of that, and I don't want to spend too much time on that with this little bit of precious light that I have. So let's hop into the themes for the month of October. So the two themes for the month of October are one, a test of patience, and two, take a breath. Okay, so if I'm being totally honest, October is not the most amazing month. Not that it's going to be a difficult month for everyone, but definitely for those of you that had kind of a difficult time in January when we had the eclipse then, or in April when we had some of the like the Sun Saturn squares, or in July when we had some of those eclipses. October is going to have a little bit of flavor of those kinds of things, so it's possible that themes that came up in your life potentially might come up around that time. But you know, this is the thing, is there's so many things that we're building up to astrologically, and one of the really big things is coming up in January. I've talked about this before. I think it was like in my August video about the Saturn-Pluto conjunction, and without like getting all crazy with like terminology, like I kind of just wanted to take a minute because I know, especially for those of you that have significant placements like Sun, Moon, or Rising in cardinal signs, so that's Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, and Aries. I did that out of order, but for any of you that have Sun, Moon, Rising, even angles in those signs, the last couple years have not like been probably that amazing, and I kind of want to just shed some light because we're on our way out the other end. Like the light is like almost there, like on the other side of the tunnel, and so I just kind of wanted to acknowledge that because sometimes, like even just when we're going through difficult things, just even taking a breath and taking some time to acknowledge where we're at and what we're doing, and sort of like acknowledge like what we've been through and like where we've come, I think is such a crucial part of our process. So yeah, so there's definitely going to be a couple things around October. So if I'm hopping into the theme, so one of them is a test of patience. We have our full moon. I'm looking down because I have my notes down here. We have our full moon on the 13th, and you know, full moons kind of can bring a little bit more of an intensity to things, and especially when there happens to be difficult placements or transits that are around that full moon, and there's almost like a sort of like an unpredictable element, like the day before, a couple days before the full moon, and then just things are a little bit trying. We're working with cardinal signs here at this full moon. There's actually going to be, in essence, kind of like a T-square that's going on with the cardinal signs. So again, anyone with Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, you know, just kind of be mindful of that, because it's definitely going to be a test of will and a test of patience. Almost like things are going to be sort of like moving from opposing forces and needing to find some type of like release or resolve. I almost think of it as like, you know, too many cooks in the kitchen kind of thing. That transit can also sort of manifest that way. But especially for cardinal signs in general, like taking action and like moving forward is something that is so crucial to like feel like you're making progress in life. And so it's definitely, it's kind of, I think I've talked about it before, but it's kind of like, we have a little bit of the red light, green light stuff going on this month. So I would keep an eye around the 13th, 12th, 13th, 14th, around in there. The other thing is that the new moon that's on the 27th, let me just look at my calendar real quick. The new moon on the 27th also brings a little bit of unpredictability, and also a little bit of that red light, green light game. So basically I put take a breath as like the other theme for this month, because around the new moon on the 27th, we basically have two aspects. One is Mars square Saturn. That like literally happens on the new moon. A new moon like signifies like a new mini chapter in our lives. And to have Mars square Saturn, it's almost like you have these two opposing forces just playing red light, green light. It's like one step forward and two steps back. And that is really frustrating for anyone, especially people with any type of cardinal energy in their chart, because literally you just want to move forward and make progress. And then the day after, we have the Sun-Uranus opposition, which brings like a really unpredictable element to it. So we sort of like have this, just like a little bit of this frustration in addition to this unpredictability. So, you know, again, overall, so the two themes were a test of patience as well as take a breath, because though this month is not going to be like as difficult and challenging as January was of this year, or July of this past year, 2019, or actually even January of 2020 is also going to be a little bit tough. October's kind of like the in-between, like some of these, whatever it is, these themes that are in our lives that we are supposed to sort of overcome right now at this time, you know, we end up having lessons resurface in our lives when we haven't learned our lesson yet. Have you ever had those things happen in your life where it's just similar things sort of keep surfacing, and until we've learned the lesson, the universe is just going to keep knocking on our door? And October is kind of one of those months. It's like we're sort of getting this knocking on our door, this sort of nagging about the things that we haven't resolved quite yet, that we haven't sort of learned quite yet. There's still pearls of wisdom to be gleaned from this month. And so, you know, we don't learn about things, or we don't grow in life without challenge, right? It's the difficult things in our life that like help us to appreciate the things that are really awesome and amazing and beautiful and spectacular. And, you know, again, October's not going to be, you know, as challenging as January or July was of this year, but it is going to sort of poke us in a soft spot a little bit in relation to maybe themes that happened to us in January or July. So just sort of keep that in mind. Anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the most part for this month. You know, just hang tight. I am definitely I'm sort of switching gears here. A lot of you know that I've sort of been kind of moving more towards like living a more remote lifestyle and sort of doing things like this where I'm like traveling around, and I would really love to update some of my filming equipment and just get a little bit more involved. I know that a lot of you have been following me on Instagram, and I've kind of been quiet for a little bit, but I do appreciate, I had so many of you reach out over September about there not being a video, and I just want for you to know that I really appreciate that, because it really sort of shows that some of the work that I'm doing is very helpful for a lot of you. So I appreciate the acknowledgement, my Leo moon. definitely appreciates that. Anyway, that's pretty much everything. Just one last announcement is that I have written, I've gone to the dark side. No, I wrote horoscopes for Radiance magazine, which will be amazing. It will hit stands, I believe it might even be out now. It's for October and November. No, I joke about that because I always like tease about like horoscopes, because instead you should be actually seeing a true astrologer. But horoscopes are great. I mean, they provide, I mean, this video is kind of like horoscope, right? Like it's kind of like in essence like showing like a general snapshot for like a larger population too, which my Aquarius sun really digs that. But anyway, so yeah, like check it out. It's totally free. It's an awesome, awesome magazine. They have it pretty much everywhere in Southern California. So LA, Orange County, I think even like a lot of San Diego. I don't know. Anyway, so check it out. But yeah, thank you so much for tuning in. And if you don't already follow me on Instagram, then find me there. And yeah, I just want to say thanks again for all of your support. And throw me a comment, say hello. Okay, I'll talk to you later. Have a great month, and I'll see you on the other side. Bye.